Hi, we are working hard. We are going to pick up where we left off here on 21. So for exercise 21 through 24, we're going to write each composition of a translation as just one translation. Okay, so imagine if you moved left, right, left 3, and you moved left 2. That's the same as just left 5, right? This is 3 up and this is 4 up. So that would just be the same as up 7. So logically this makes sense. Now, I like to write this in the rule like we'll be tested on. So this would be, now we can line these up, but be careful. These are not coordinates. These are actually instructions on how to move stuff. So it's not a location on a number line. But I'm going to line up these instructions and combine them. So these would be the same as left 5, up 7. So I'm going to write it left 5, up 7. Now doing the same here, we have instructions to move it left 4, down 3, and then right 3, up 1, right? So let's combine these. That would be the same as just going down 1 and then, what am I saying? That would be left 1, and down 2. Now let's think about this. Imagine I go 4 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 back. See how it's the same if that's my final destination. It's the same as just going left 1. Now, let's make sure this makes sense also in the vertical direction. So if vertically it says 3 down from where you start, 1, 2, 3, and then it says up 1, so I go back up 1, essentially it's the same as if I just moved down 2 from my starting point. So this makes logical sense. Now let's write it in the notation you'll be tested on. So whatever XY coordinate they give me, I will be going left 1 and down 2 in the Y. Well done. All right. I had nothing on that other page, and so I'm just going to do these last 2 questions. Let's take a look. Select all expressions equal to A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. Okay, so this might be an easy one, except they said all, which means some might be easy or hard. So this question is actually almost like 5 separate true-false questions. Suppose A is aligned with the equation x equal 3. So that's parallel to the y-axis. Let's draw that in. This is the line x equal 3. There it is. X equals 6. I don't know why I said that. X equals 6. B is the line with the equation x equal 3. Okay, that's probably why I said that. So I'm going to make that one a different color. This would be x, all the values where x is 3. Now it says C is on the line where x is negative 2. So I'm going to pick it in different color. Nice. Pink color. X is negative 2. So this is the value where, this is the location where x, all the values are negative 2 in the x. Now it says, select all expressions that are equal to A double prime. So if I look here, it looks like this last picture, I almost drew over it. This is the location of A double prime, A, B, C, or A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. Okay, so would it be the same as if I translated it 10 up? So if I translated my original one 10 up, I'm going to be up here. So that's no. That's a big no. All right, the next one says, would it be the same as if I translated 10 to the right? Right, so let's count this. If I took A, 10 to the right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, that fits. And if I took that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, that's the same as translating it 10 to the right. So I'm going to say yes to that one. Yes. All right, next one says, what if you reflected it over the y-axis and reflected it over A? So this is line A, this is line B, and this is line C. So it says reflected over the y-axis. Let's get that over there. So that would mean if I reflected this shape, then it looks like it's 3 away. So now it would just be 3 away here. We're okay with that. And then it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So are we okay with that? And then here it looks like I'm 5 away. So I got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So now my triangle is there. All right, so I'm going to have to draw that in. That's my triangle there. So I've reflected it over the y-axis. Now they said reflect it over line A. So I don't like that. No. I think that would work if I reflected it over x equal 5. So let me show you with my pen. So if I reflect this over the y, now I'm here, right? And then if I reflected it over this line 5, that would land me on my target. But they didn't say reflected over x is 5. They said reflected over x is 6. So they were off by 1. Okay, now let's look at D. It said reflected over B, then reflected over C. Okay, so first reflected over B. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's one more. And then that's even one more. So here it is here. I reflected it over. Oh, I made that a little too long, but close. So I reflected it over there. And then it said reflected over C. So if I reflect it again over C, then I'm going to be way over here. I'm going to be off my paper. So that's definitely bad. It's like not even close. The image is way to the left. All right, last one. It says reflected over B, then move it 1 to the left. 1 to the left. So let's try that. Take my triangle. Reflect it over B. So I think I just did that, right? 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So I'm going to reflect it over B. I've done that. Now I'm just going to move it 1 to the left. So 1 to the left, then it would be here. I'm not landing on top of there. So I'm going to eliminate that. But not far enough to the left. All right, nice work. I told you that one's going to feel like 5 separate problems. All right, this last one's kind of cool, so let's take a look. I sketched some things out in class, depending on the class, because I thought we did an interesting example in class. So it says, suppose the equation of line M is x equal -7. So we know that's parallel to the y-axis, x equal -7, and that's M. And then also suppose that the line N is x equal +7, and that's also parallel to the y-axis. Now we said in class, interestingly enough, if you reflect over this line and then you reflect over a second time over this line, you'll end up a distance 2 times that distance. I don't think it's necessarily going to come up in this question, but I thought, ooh, this is interesting for us to think about. So if we had kind of a triangle here and we reflected it over this line, and then we have a triangle and then we flip it again over this line, it probably would land somewhere right around here. And we were able to figure out that the distance between these would have happened to be 2 times 14, or it would have been the same as translating it 28 units to the right. Now, let's read the question. It says, which is the equivalent composition of this? So we know how to combine these. We did some problems like that. So if we look at our orders here, it says 1 to the left and 3 up, and then 6 to the left and 4 up. So if we combined these orders, it would be the same as asking us to go 7 to the left and 7 up. Okay, so now that matches B. Beautiful, right? Now, I essentially I already found my answer, but I really found this interesting how this problem mimicked one of our examples. So I thought it was really cool to try to describe this in class. That's all I have, guys.